You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel. We're now going to be joined with our regular visitor, Dave. As always, it's good to speak to you. Thank you very much for joining us. If you could sort of introduce yourself and just let people know about your role to start us off if they've not heard from you before.
Okay, hi Dan, thanks for inviting me back on the show, appreciate that, and Happy New Year to you and to all of the listeners. My name's Dave Harcourt, I'm the Executive Officer for Swale Community Leisure, which is the organisation, charity that runs Sheppey Leisure Complex and Swallows Leisure Centre in Sittingbourne.
So, since we spoke, tell us a bit more if there's any updates to start us off.
Okay, and over the Christmas period is generally end of December is quite a quiet time for us, but we've been going through a lot of different processes, building ourselves up ready for the new year. And of course, New Year is the time when people make their resolutions. They all want to get fitter and healthier and start coming down to the gym. So that's something we've been looking at. What can we do to improve our service? What can we do to improve the facilities? I haven't, as you'll no doubt find out when we talk a little bit further today, it's not all been plain sailing. But there have been some positives as well, though.
So, tell us, has there been any sort of big issues going on as we come into the new year?
Yes, there have been. I mean, I think just to pick up on the last point and finish that first, we have actually been through some quality assurance, actually. I don't know if you recall, Daniel, we spoke in September last year, September, October, about we were going through something called Quest for Active Communities. Now, we actually were assessed. It's a similar process to Ofsted, albeit it's voluntary within the leisure sector. And we got very good, which is actually a real accolade for the organisation as a whole. On top of that, we're also going through something called Quest Facility Management, which is about how we run our centres. Now, Sheppey Leisure Complex, which I know a lot of your listeners will visit, last time we were assessed, we got an excellent rating, so we're hoping to revisit that and recapture that again. However, there are a number of fairly big issues that we're having to contend with. Towards the end of last year, we did have quite a few problems with not just a leaking roof at the Sheppey Healthy Living Centre. This is the area where the dance studio is, and all of our customers, I'm sure, will be aware of this. But a lot of the problems we had were the result of vandalism and antisocial behaviour. Lots of youths were found at various times climbing on the roof, throwing slates and so on at customers. It was a pretty horrendous time, if I'm honest, but we had some great support from Swale Borough Council and from the police, the PCSOs, community wardens, and so on. And actually, we seem to have really got down to the bottom of most of these issues. And I think, as the year progresses, we've got some ideas about how we can address that, not just in the same old Bobby on the street way. We want to make sure that actually we're a place which people feel proud of. It's not just about catching people doing something they shouldn't, but actually making them feel like they own somewhere and feel proud of the area they live in. So we do have issues at the moment, though, I have to say, with a closed dance studio where the roof is still leaking. But I've been meeting regularly with the council and their contractors, and we've been getting to the bottom of what the problems were. It seems to be quite a long process because it's quite difficult to get up on the roof. It's quite high up, and obviously where we are by the seaside there, it's very windy, so there are only certain times we can go up and look around. But the scaffolding's up, the work has started, investigation work started, and we will have the roofers on site very soon, I'm assured.
Which is certainly good to hear.
Absolutely. And that what we want, first and foremost, is to make sure that our customers are happy with what they're receiving. I mean, we're doing our best. As you can imagine, we've had to replace some of the classes from the dance studio and put them into the sports hall and other areas. And we have been helping customers there. And I have to say, a message to all of our customers, actually, for really being so understanding and, realising that it's something which is outside our control. It's an old building, and we're doing our best to try and get it back up and running into a condition which they would expect.
Now, it's not that long off now to the half term, sort of around February time. Is there anything planned?
Yes, and this is another one of the improvements that we've made. some customers and users will remember last summer we did have a large inflatable which was in our pool, which actually had fully seen better days. And so over the winter, we did have a hired one in, but now we are purchasing a brand new inflatable and we're launching it so that everybody can come and use that. It should make the pool a lot of fun. I mean, I think we're very lucky on Sheppey. The pool there is excellent. I mean, the atmosphere in the pool when you go into there is really bright and welcoming. I mean, do you use it at all yourself, Daniel?
Not in quite a while, but I know it is a nice space.
It's worth a visit. It's a really nice atmosphere in there, and I think with the inflatable in there, it's going to be great fun for children and families alike. So we're hoping that's going to be a big attraction for us. The other thing, of course, is we will have our usual play scheme. So parents can leave their children in the security and surety that actually they'll be well looked after during the daytime, and we're going to have some sports courses, things like mini tennis, gymnastics, and so forth, which we hope they will enjoy. So yes, the half term is going to be a launch of that. And that will be the start of the build-up, obviously, for Easter and the summer. Are we talking about the summer already? I can't believe that.
No, I can't either. But it's not that far away when you're sort of planning things, I know.
No, definitely. And we do have to plan things from now. So, we are looking to the summer.
Now, one of the things we also normally try and cover is the Beachfields Project. Do you have any news or updates on that?
Yes, albeit only in a small way, but things are starting to pick up a little bit again now. Now, when we first started talking, I think it must be a few years ago now, I can't honestly remember, but it's probably longer than we imagine. The Beachfields Project was in full swing, and if you remember, we had a really successful event with a marquee on the green there by the sandpit, lots of people showing an interest in trying to improve the area. Now, it's taken a long time to get to where we are now, but we are looking at plans about what we can do in the park area in between the Healthy Living Centre and Beach Street. So it will be a phased approach. But we're looking to see whether we can improve the tennis courts, which will be one major improvement, the ball court and the lighting, and we're looking to see what young people might like there as well. So possibility of could there be a youth hub? That's one of the things we're looking at. And what I'd like to try and do is make sure that whole area, come the summer, is going to be ready for usage by families, children, teenagers and adults alike, so that everybody has something which they would like to take part in. So we've had lots of great ideas. The council are supporting us for this. Nothing's 100% yet, but we are getting the plans together because, as you know, when you start doing anything like this, you have to look at the business planning, make sure it's viable, because if we just go and spend lots of money on equipment and nobody uses it, then that's something we can't really justify. So there's an exercise to be carried out, but we are heading in that direction. So I think that's really positive. That alongside the inflatable and the improvements in the pool, which is going to make the area a lot more fun. We are working with partners still, of course, so people like Sheppey Matters and so forth are our partners who will be running activities alongside us. But I think if we improve the outside area, one of the biggest improvements is going to be, hopefully, the attitude that local people have towards the area. Now, the majority of people are proud of the island and are proud of what's available to them and will look after it. But, of course, there are obviously one or two people who do, they get carried away. And, I'm not going to pretend that I was totally innocent when I was a teenager. But, I think we all grow out of these things. And I think part of it is because you realise after a period of time how important these facilities are to you. And I'm hoping to instill that same sense of ownership and pride in local young people as well.
I suppose that's one of the things, the more you sort of involve local people and get them involved, the more they understand it and appreciate what they've got.
Absolutely, and to be honest with you, I think this is something maybe with your help on the island, is something we can promote and try and keep on, try and get the message over. And in ensuing months, because I'm hoping you're going to invite me back on the radio.
Yes, definitely.
With that in mind, maybe there's some maybe some surveys or something we can carry out to see what people think. And watch this space. I think maybe working together we can try and improve things for local people a bit more.
Well, Dave, if you're happy we've covered everything, as always, I'd like to thank you very much for taking the time out to talk to us at BRFM Bridge Radio on the Daniel Monday Night Community Show.
That's great. Thank you very much, Daniel, and I'll speak to you again soon.